Which do you think it's harder to win a championship in?
All right.
The NFL or the NBA?
It's
NFL by far.
No, it's
NFL.
different. It's just different.
It's
A third of the league in the NBA has never won a title in the NBA.
Sure, but with the NFL, it's one game elimination.
Yes.
If you lose in the playoffs in the NBA, you have a few more chances. You lose in the NFL, you're done. I mean, Tom Brady, New York Giants, they lost that one game. Tom Brady would have came back if it was a series, and they would have won every other game.
To me, it depends on what you mean by
100%
difficult.
agree with
What you
that.
mean by difficult?
Well, that's what I was
Because
gonna say.
difficulty in assembling a team, it's way harder to make a championship team in the NBA than it is in the NFL. NFL, you can get lucky a bunch. You can be a mediocre team and win the championship. In the
Giants
NBA,
got lucky twice.
yeah, in the NBA, you need there are usually besides this year. There are 2 or 3 teams that are legit title contenders, and that's 3 out of 30 teams. That's 10% of the league that's a title contender. Meanwhile, in the NFL, you could say any team that makes the playoffs is a title contender.
Yeah, but I think it's harder to build a football team than it is a basketball
There's
team.
a lot more
It's
players
definitely
on
harder
a
to
football
build a team.
team.
So the thing is with the NBA is, I think I was telling this stat to AJ when we were talking about this a few weeks ago. I think it's the past 35 championships are shared between 11 teams. I think, which just goes to show
Yeah.
I mean, it's always
how
been the
impossible
Celtics.
it is.
Half it's the Celtics and Lakers.
Well, yes, and then there's only 3 teams that have one title in there, and that's the Raptors, the Raptors, the Cavs,
And the Mavs.
and the Mavs. Yeah.
You have to think too. Some of those teams came in later on, like the Raptors started back in the late '90s, I think it was, or something like that.
But there still is a third of the league, active league, that hasn't won a championship.
And
And for the past 35 years, it's like most of the league has not even touched the championship.
Yeah,
so.
I feel like in the NBA though, it goes through spurts. Like you have the Warriors had their
Dynasty league.
time,
It's
and
Dynasty
then they
league.
had their this and that.
How much of the NFL hasn't won a title?
Great question.
It's 5 teams.
Yeah.
5 teams haven't
Yeah.
won.
Yeah.
But
The
NFL,
Lions, the Texans,
NFL's been
Lions,
a lot.
Texans,
NFL's been around for a lot longer than the
Bengals.
Mike,
NBA
so you
though.
said
So you have
NFL?
to keep that in
No,
mind.
not really.
when did
They had the first Super Bowls, 55 years ago,
Bills.
and the first NBA championship was in the 60s, and then around roughly the same time.
What do you think about for college?
What?
Hardest one to win.
Oh,
March
the March
Madness.
I want to say March
Yeah.
Madness.
March
yeah.
Madness.
Yeah, I think March Madness.
This has got
like
March
impossible.
Madness, yeah.
It's a crapshoot.
March
That's
Madness.
the only thing I
sure.
could think of.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like
Yeah,
March.
that's a totally different game
Yeah.
from the NFL and the NBA.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I mean, it's madness, you
one
know.
game elimination. That's the big difference.
Hilarious.